Tanya, from what was formerly known as Pure MV Salon and Spa and has now changed to BAB Collective. What inspired you to start this business in the first place?
I was working at a store, pharmaceutical, which is my background in the UK, and they had a hairdressers out the back of that building. They were about to lose their space. I was looking for more of a challenge and wanted to run my own business in this country. So the hairdresser there, Christy, and I started having a look at locations. We consulted an amazing realtor. Her name's Julie. And we found a space. We were there for 5 years, tested the market out, and then went on to purchase the current building that we're in.
And I remember all that because obviously I was there right from the start from you. What does your business do that makes it unique?
So the whole idea and concept behind it was to have the hairdressers, but also have manicure and massage and pedicure and waxing and laser, just to have everything in the one building. We found when we were chatting to people that they love their hairdresser, but then they had to go somewhere else for a manicure, somewhere else to have a massage. So we just tried to put it all into the same building so that people could just come to the one place, get really familiar with us, feel like they were just visiting with friends versus kind of traipsing around town.
And it certainly feels like that when you come in here. I mean, I'm not someone who, as you can see, who tends to go to anything beauty related very often, but I know all the girls here, and I know when I'm hurting I get to see Erin, and Leslie is fantastic with her facials and everything. I get to see you for manicures and pedicures, and so there's such a great bunch of girls here working. It's absolutely fantastic. So why did you choose Okotoks? I mean, I know how fantastic Okotoks is. You know how we both live in Okotoks. We both love Okotoks. Why Okotoks?
Well, again, I met this realtor called Julie. Before I came to the country, I was convinced I was going to live in Cochrane. Actually, it was Eddie who took us around, and we looked at all the kind of areas just outside Calgary. I knew I didn't want to live in the city. And Okotoks just had everything infrastructure-wise that we needed for ourselves, for the kids. I felt like if we lived other places, we would have been going in and out of the city for certain things, where Okotoks had everything. And then beyond that, once I did live here, we tried it out, as you know, for 6 months, just renting before we purchased. Mm-hmm. And the feel, the community, like, it just feels like a small town still, as far as like everybody rallies behind people, charitable, there's a lot of volunteering. I just really love the vibe.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason we're doing this video series, is because we wanted to highlight the fantastic businesses in Okotoks, want to give back to our community. And I mean, Tanya has been a big part of our community for the last 11 years. She's been running this, and they've done fantastically, and it's been brilliant. So has being in Okotoks affected the way you do business? I know you said charity-wise and everything. I know you really get behind a lot of support causes. Great one you did last year was obviously, and I know it's happening this year as well, is to sponsor a PTSD service dog, and there's Dinner for a Dog, which is coming up in a couple of months. Yeah, so which would be great. Anyone who can get behind that and buy tickets, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, as far as being in business, we definitely, like, we've always chosen to support our local causes, not necessarily charities, but just local causes in general, like when somebody's house was on fire and, you know, you rally behind that, when it's the Little League for the kids and, you know, they need to do silent auctions and stuff like that. Like, we try and use our marketing dollars, so to speak, to support those types of silent auctions and charitable causes and things in the town. Like, at the end of the day, the town is the one paying our bills, so we want to make sure we are supporting them in return.
Absolutely. You give back to where you make your money in the community, you spend in the community, and actually make sure that everyone's well looked after. Yeah. So I know our kids went through all the hockey programs, and we've certainly... We still support the hockey programs because, you know, that's what our kids did, and we love it. You know, it's great. And Okotoks is such a fantastic town for that. Yeah. And like you said, it still has that small town feel. Yeah. I know it's grown bigger. It's grown exponentially, but equally it still has that tight-knit community, which is fantastic. Yeah. So I know we're changing names to BAB Collective. So what's your vision for this?
So with BAB Collective, we work together still as a team, but everybody has their individual business within the premises. So it gives generally we're all women here, so it gives the women the chance to be their own bosses, they make their own schedules. They've all been in this industry for like several years at this point, some decades, and it's just a way of supporting other women in business. Mm-hmm. So we're able to all run our business within one building, but we are separate businesses. So it makes it very easy for us to set our schedules around children, around charitable events, around, you know, anything that we need to do within the community. We can kind of help a little more when we have more flexibility versus that strict 9 to 5.
Yeah, which is awesome. I mean, obviously supporting especially mums, because we tend to obviously have children to look after and considerations like that. It's great to have that kind of support in there. Anything else you'd like to add, Tanya?
Yeah, I mean, I guess thank you for coming in, and it's great to have the support of the community, and we hopefully will continue to support our community as well as we plan to grow. Our future plans are that we find bigger premises. We've got to the point where we are now outgrowing this premise.
That's great. The only time I'm normally sat in these chairs is obviously when I'm having a pedicure, so which is awesome, you know, before you go on vacation. So, but it's been fantastic. Thank you for taking this time. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't visited BAB Collective, formerly known as Pure MV Salon and Spa, it's at Crystalridge Drive. Fantastic bunch of ladies here. Do come and visit and try out one of their fantastic services.